Another Tuesday is upon us. Why are you both waving?
Saying hello.
Not what I'm meant to do.
Don't want to be rude.
Well, I wasn't waving. We didn't discuss this previously.
Well,
Oh, right, okay. No,
We're not meant to be fun.
No, it's fine. It's fine. If this is the way it's going to be, the two Northerners against the Welshmen, it's fine. I can do this. It's fine. Everyone, welcome to Creators of the Doughnut Table, where I am the only Welshman here, and I am a proud Welshman. I will not be saying anything, up northern, and if I have to do a northern accent just to be accepted into this bunch, I will. Okie dokie. Anyway, before we even begin panel, because I want to introduce you individually, we have... actually, big things have happened that I didn't even realise. Number one, Chaotic Neutral is raided in.
Oh.
So, first, let's all... Oh, hang on, I'm using the wrong pen. I got to use my Twitch pen. So, everyone, thank you for... Chaotic Neutral, thank you very much for the raid in. I hope your December... No, what is it? You're doing...
It's December, yes.
Yeah, no, but she's doing She's doing charity for... Is there Everyone Can?
Everyone can, yeah. Doing a December-a-thon.
December-a-thon, that's the one. There we go. But, all right, that's pretty big news, and that's hard that's hard to top. But someone in the chat is trying to top it. Everyone. Ross TSU has subscribed for 33 months in a row. My God.
Good Lord.
That KFC fund is mental. But it's well deserved. Ross, thank you very much for the resub. Right, who else have we got in the chat real quick? We have oh my God, B-Boy Dax. Hello. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. We have Kindred UK as well as you. Everyone say hello to Kindred. Hello. And then Mrs. Quack has resubscribed for 19 months. Good God. This KFC fund is gonna be. Oh no! Hang on. Ross has gifted a sub to Chaotic as well. It is. It's going insane.
Definitely chicken gravy for Christmas. Definitely chicken gravy.
Winner, chicken dinner for everyone by the sound of it.
Chicken dinners all round. Everyone. Welcome. I don't know where I was going with that. Welcome on in, everyone. Today we are here to craft a community, not craft a boat. To craft a community. Why am I saying a boat? I don't know. But first of all, there's apart from that, these pair are up northerners, and I'm the Welshman. There's also another thing. If there's another thing that makes me stick out like a sore thumb today. And that's Mr. Guru here has a lovely Christmas hat on. Miss Atomic Moonchild has, what did we say it was? A Christmas scrunchie?
It's a Christmas bowl.
Ah, there we go. Well, I feel I need to... I need to join... Oh, God. I need to join these. But, of course, it doesn't fit around my headset. So, if anyone is wondering what this says, it's a picture of a crate, because it come from my wrestle crate, and it says, what does it say specifically? Santa is real, and so is pro wrestling. Because it's still real to me, damn it, for anyone who knows that. Anyway, this is what I'm going to look like for the rest of the stream. Anyway.
Amazing, dude.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
As I've said about 12 times so far, welcome on in. We are talking today about crafting a community. But first, who are we going to be discussing it with? Well, let's start off with my co-host and a stream seed caster. Everyone, please, it's a strong look, Quackers. I know, Moonbeard. I know I look the best out of the three of us now. Please, everyone, welcome and clap in whatever room you're in for Atomic Moonchild.
Woo!
My cat actually got up to see you oh, got my camera then. My cat's got up to see you as well. That's how special you are. First of all, Atomic, I haven't congratulated you yet on becoming an official stream seed caster.
Have you not?
Well, no, because the stream that you were on, where your first stream as a caster, it was you and Loft, and then me and Loft did last one, so I haven't seen you.
That's true. That's true.
Don't know what that's gone. That went down a lot quicker than I thought. I thought that was gonna be like, yay! It's just, yeah, sound.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We've chatted a lot since, though. To be fair,
right. Okay. So yes, we love our moonchild. Love's a strong word, but I'm proud. Wow. Proud is the word. Anyway,
like a proud birds.
This is like the most awkward 3-person date. Isn't it just? Anyway, but today we have a very special guest to talk about making communities, because this creator thrives off a community. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would say children of all ages, but it's 8 o'clock. Children should be in bed. It's Games Guru, everyone.
Woo woo!
Woo 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 woo!
Mr. Games Guru, Mr. Guru, how are we on this fine Tuesday afternoon?
I'm very fine, thank you very much, Mr. Quack. I'm finally sat down with a brew with two very lovely, amazing co-hosts, and I'm surprisingly looking forward to this next hour and a half of carnage.
Well, we will. What is bed? What is sleep? Someone tell my kid it's bedtime. Okay, thanks. Put him on the camera, and the 3 random people on the TV will tell him. Get to bed.
Get to bed now.
Now, Santa won't bring you nothing.
They all eat some more chocolate. Eat more chocolate.
Do that as well. Okay.
Chocolate making hyper.
Yes, exactly. But the best bit, it's not our child, so who cares? My child's asleep.
Oh.
She hasn't had an apple all day.
So... just like, are you babysitting, or have you just acquired a random child? You don't know.
I will not say a word because I don't have to.
Not yet.
Right. What was I going to say? I was going to start with something, but I can't remember what it is, so it wasn't that important. But
it'll come back to you.
Yeah, it'll come back. I was trying to think of, like, is there anything major in the world of, like, content creating that's happened? But the only thing major that I can think of is Fallen in Reverse have cancelled their gig. Their UK tour. Oh, I've hit a nerve, and guess whose nerve I've hit?
Yeah, well, actually, I know
just
somebody
who Chaotic's with me on this one, just don't. We were literally just hyping the gig this morning, and then that news falls in.
So, too soon, it's too raw. I have no idea who these people are, but I'm guessing they're well loved.
It depends on who you're asking. But basically, Fallen in Reverse are a big American band, and they were set to do a tour, starting next week? I think it was next week, or it's like the end of this week.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow, is it? And
we went to do it tomorrow. Me and Chaotic were going tomorrow.
And like everywhere there was going, it was sold out. Blah 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 blah. And the lead singer, who was incarcerated in 2008, the UK government has decided they're not issuing visas to anybody who's served prison time for longer than 12 months. Ha 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 ha.
Well, they know that people love a bad boy.
The British, apparently, Keir Starmer doesn't.
That's actually one of his songs, to be fair.
I'm a bad boy.
What, Keir Starmer doesn't like bad boys?
No, good girls like bad boys.
I was going to say, it's very specific that Keir Starmer is mentioned in a song, but...
Yeah, I know.
Could you imagine? No, that'll be in a few more years' time. Wait until he does something. Give him a chance to have something
really
song-worthy about.
But,
that's the reason.
Yeah, other than that, and like the whole of the UK just being very divided on either he should have planned this a lot sooner, or ha 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 ha. I'm on the side of I didn't have a ticket because they sold out in the CIA real quick, so ha 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 ha. And by the way, thank you everyone for the hype train. Very much appreciated. Much love and stuff. I don't know.
Train of thought's completely derailed now.
Yeah. Anyway, crafting communities. But before we get into the deep topic of communities, Games Guru, my first question is posed to you.
Yes, sir.
You've never been on Creators of the Doughnut Table before, have you?
I've only recently started putting my mug on cam, so no, this is a day of firsts. This
So-
is a month of firsts. This is a year of firsts.
So, my first question goes to you of, who are you, and why are you on my Creators of the Donut Table?
I am Games Guru 1, aka Dell, or the other way around. I am a variety content creator and streamer from the UK, northern end of it. And I'm also the remaining alpha and leader of a community called Warwolves.
Arr, what?
Awoo's in chat, please. Awoo's in chat.
Yes, can we get an awoo in chat, please? Not an
Arr.
not an uwu, an awoo.
Awoo.
Not
Like
gonna-
a wolf
not gonna-
owl.
That's not the that's the first time I've ever said that sentence in my life, and I'd probably be the last time. Awooga, and then we have an awooga. in chat.
Awooga.
An awooga. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Woof. Yeah, you can
Wolf
woof. Yeah.
assembled.
Hey,
Wolf.
I'm stuck on here with two
Back if you want
northerners.
to later.
I'm stuck on with two northerners, and they say weird things. So you can say awooga, you can say woof. We don't discriminate accents in this place, apparently.
Good job because you're Welsh.
Yeah, but my accent's just clearly better. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, obviously.
Obvi-
This
Sorry.
this is like one of the really bad jokes. Like two Northern English people and a Welshman walk into a pub.
Yeah. So.
It's almost cliche. This.
Well, oh, right. Sorry. Right. Do you know what? Then I was looking at my thing. I was like, intro. Who's Games Guru? And I was like, what's next? But I have written it down. So like you said, Mr. Guru, you are what is it? The lead alpha of your community, the Warwolves. Yeah.
Yes.
So brief outline of what are the Warwolves, because for anybody who is new in chat, going Warwolves. Oh, is he one of them people who like barks at the moon or something like that? So, a little, give us a little description of what are the Warwolves.
Well, I'm not a closet furry before you start, so no, none of that. But
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with closet
Of
furries.
course not.
Closet furries, not furries. Oh, I don't know. Sorry. It's basically it's a community of. I'll try to do the official speech. It's a community of like-minded gamers, geeks, goofs, and nerds brought together in one place for mutual cooperation, networking, socializing, help, support, big on mental health, and big on being who you want to be and how you want to be. So, and we look after each other like, surprisingly, like a wolf pack.
Okay, fair enough. Now, my next question is going to go to the Moonchild. I want to call you Miss
Yes.
Moonchild all the time, and I don't really know why. But
A what? Miss Child.
Oh, what?
no, Miss Moonchild.
It's up to you if you want to do that. I know Games Guru likes to call me Miss Moon a lot.
Miss Mooney. Yeah, Miss
Oh,
Mooney.
I just love you. Yeah, whatever. You want to? Can if you want. If you want. I don't care. Right. Okay.
Mother.
So, I'm not going to say what your community's called because, as we've discovered in the little pre-meetup thing, I got a lot wrong. So
much wrong.
So
much wrong.
Hi, I'm Sarah with the toasties.
Yes, you are Sarah, and you love a toasty.
Welcome in, Sarah.
You are a toasty. So for some reason, just a little. What I tend to do, everyone, and this is a peek behind the curtain for a second. I have a little notepad, a shout out to Corsair, sponsor me one day. And I write my little questions down, and I just sort of bash through that. And for some reason, I have Warwolves, right? So because I want to do like comparisons and stuff. So I have Warwolves versus Quackland, which is my community, and then for some reason I put the Toasters, which would be Moonchild's community. And I just said,
Listen.
And by the way, these two don't know this story right now, but I will literally.
They want to know it.
First of all, for people who can see this, my handwriting is terrible, I will admit, right? But I even, right? This is going to be really hard for you to see, right? But I actually crossed out the word toasters and then put biscuit tin above it. So, because I got it that wrong, that I thought it was toasters. And I said to Moonchild, I was like, what's with the toasters thing? She went, don't know. no, I've got nothing to do with toasters. And I was like, have you like thing called the toasters or something? Nope. So I don't know where I got toasters from. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. So, because I don't want to embarrass myself and make myself look like a right idiot, I'm gonna let them. No, it's not too late. They're not listening. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. They're talking about. I don't know. They're talking about oohs or something. I don't know. Moonchild, what have you got a community at all? Do you have one?
I do indeed.
Oh, you
yes.
do. Oh, hot diggity dang. What have you called your community of rapscallions?
The toasters. No, the biscuit. We are the biscuit tin.
Okay.
AKA Toasty Team.
Biscuit tin attends to next to be against toasters. Okay. Splish Splash Toaster Bath. Lady Doll, I think you need to talk to someone. It's okay. We're here to help you. So, Games Guru's explained of like his community acts kind of like a wolf pack. By the way, Games Guru, I will jump into this real quick. Did you pick the name Werewolves first, or did you sort of be like, did you see your community and then like, oh, this is like a wolf pack?
Funny story, actually. It was never meant to be called Werewolves. It was the original idea many moons ago, pun intended, was that for community, when I thought of an idea for it, it was something totally different and completely off the wall. And the idea of Werewolves as a name, as a brand, was to be like the name of the gaming team within the community. You know, like when you have like a professional gamer team to play Halo, Call of Duty, they were going to be the Werewolves. And along the lines, it just kind of evolved into, well, that sounds definitely cooler to what I already picked. Maybe we should go with that. And the more I thought about it, the comparisons, like you pointed out, made more sense. And plus, it sounded cooler.
Fair enough. Right.
It's weird that you say that because, like, my community was based on basically the fact that we name our guilds and our clans Biscuit Tin, biscuits. And that's weird that like yours came from that as well.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Would anybody like to know? What the original name was going to be?
Goblins.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I've never revealed this before, and it's proper
Dream Seed exclusive.
Ooh, inside knowledge, everyone.
You might be underwhelmed when I say this. It's proper nerdy, so you might love it, or you might think the hell, or you might even go, "Why didn't you go with that?" But are you ready?
Go on.
I'm building anticipation here.
Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please.
I would go on the edge of my seat, but I can't be bothered.
Okay, fair enough. Originally, it was meant to be Team Awesome.
That's pretty cute.
Okay.
It's like, welcome to Team Awesome. We are Team Awesome, and because we're a team of awesome people. And I was like, you know what? If I was 16, I would probably think that's a really cool name for a community. Yeah. I'm kind of glad I did not go with Plan A.
Yeah, I get you.
Plan B is never a bad thing. Let's put it that way. Plan A is a good experiment, and then Plan B is perfection.
Exactly, lady. Exactly, my lady.
Oh God, Lady Dolls, everything is awesome.
That's a theme song. Theme song for it.
Actually, do you know what? Do you know what? That is a good idea. Actually, Team Awesome, and every time you walk into a room, everything is awesome.
I'm dreading Friday now because.
Everything is awesome when you're living in dreams.
We good? Just wait for us.
Yeah, we're good now.
Yeah. Cool.
We're good. Yeah.
Cool. Quack, you need to sing more now. Do you know what? I'm gonna decline that, Brian Dredd. I am going to decline that one. So yeah, even though Moonbeard has said in the chat why you call the biscuit tin, Miss Moonchild?
Because biscuits come in all shapes and sizes.
Oh my God! It's almost like you read what Moonbeard said.
I love that. That is actually really awesome. Just scroll up a little bit.
It's kind of like our motto, like genuinely, it's because like people are so different and so diverse, and so are biscuits. And when you get a biscuit in a tin, you get a big variety, and that's what we are, a variety of biscuits.
And they all taste different.
Well, yeah, you can taste some of the biscuits in the tin, but I advise only going for the single ones.
And again, if you are going to taste them, please make it consensual. We're here because that
Yay!
sounds wrong as hell. What's the? There's one thing that Ross keeps saying as well. Is like, isn't it the meme of consent is sexy or something like that? I can't remember.
Don't know.
No.
Yeah, moving on quickly.
Yeah. Let's just move on. So right. So
It's been on it.
do you know what? I'm gonna do something very selfish, which I don't tend to do on you, and I'm gonna talk about myself.
Oh,
My community. Just someone say to me, Quack, what have you got a community? What's your community called? Just someone spit it out. Great, thanks guys. Thanks for the motivation and the help. Quack. Hey, Quack, have you got a community? Yes, random person. I do have a community.
What's your community?
Right,
What's your...
Right, you don't need to do that because you're asking the question. I need to do it because I'm asking you. This is going downhill fast. Everyone, this has been Creators of the Doughnut Table. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, peace out.
See you later. Have a great night.
Anyway, right. So I also...
Quack, I'm a panda.
Yes.
Do you have a community?
Do you know what? It's funny that you say that because I was just about to say that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Woo! What's the name of your community and what's it
Quack.
about?
Please tell us everything.
God, it's like trying to train monkeys. So my community is called Quacktown. Okay, but if you are one of my followers, and I adore you greatly, you are a little quackling to me. So my community is a bit different to your pair because you this is where I sort of out myself a little bit because you two have named both of your communities. Now, Atomic, me and you have discussed this, but I'll go into Games Guru first. The Warwolves, for anybody who's not initiated or is wise to it, there is literally nothing of Warwolves that is connected to you as a Games Guru.
As a person, individual, it's one of those. When I went into the whole creating a community, I saw people who named communities after themselves, and I've got nothing against that. But from a personal perspective, I didn't want that. I want it to be an inclusive for everyone. No one person at the top. Ironically, I'm the last alpha in there. But when people name communities after themselves, from my perspective, it's like I could never do that. Really, I mean, all the power to people who do, and obviously all the people who will happily follow a person specifically as a community. But I couldn't really do that myself. It just didn't feel right for me.
And Moonchild, do you go pretty much down the same route, or?
Well, within my community, my Discord, I do mention my stream stuff and that, but a lot of the time it's basically just mates that boost each other up, sort of thing. We work together, we're all with each other, and you're friends first before you're anything else.
So
yes, definitely.
I'm going to pose a question to the chat. Yes, I'm looking at you. If you have your community, because there's some people who don't really have a community. If you do have a community, what is your community called? And let me know in the chat. So I'm going to go back to Moonchild first. Of when this is going to be for both of you. So Games Guru, you got time to think. When you started the biscuit tin, when the biscuit tin was opened, when the seal was broken. Are you a metal biscuit tin, by the way? Well, yes, biscuit tin. What a stupid question. It's not a biscuit barrel, even though that would be a good name alternative, biscuit barrel.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Anyway, so you've taken the seal off the round of the biscuit tin. You open up the biscuit tin for the first time. Was when you became a streamer and all this, and you were like, right, I'm gonna make a Discord now, because that's where primarily all of our communities thrive, is on Discord. Was your intention always to run a community-based Discord, or did it sort of develop into that?
It was to create a community-based Discord because the Discord was created before I streamed.
Oh.
It was for gamers to come together and play together and clan up, and yeah.
So
Me and Moonbeard were sick of just like taking on like Destiny shit on our own and stuff like that. And yeah, we just wanted to find more people who would be up for gaming with us and having a hangout and chill and a good time.
So right. So I'm going a little side quest a sec. So the Biscuit Tin was created before you were even a content creator.
Yep.
Well. Didn't know that. And then basically you've opened up a couple more channels and gone, by the way, everyone, I'm going to start streaming. I'm live over here.
It was pretty much discussed about with like, because obviously we're only small at the time. It's still smallish, but it was discussed amongst everyone in every single member. Like considering we'd be in voice chat and we'd talk about it, and I'd be like, should I go? And they were like, go for it, and then yeah.
Well.
Took on from there. A lot of support and a lot of motivation from people.
Well, do you know what? That shocked me. Right, so Games Guru, you've had time to think, but I'll re-ask the question so you don't forget. When you...
I'm not that old now.
You started streaming, you open up the Discord, and you go, right, here we go, I'm going to make a community. Obviously, you're going to call it Team Awesome. Was it always going to be community-based? Or was Team Awesome going to be... Were you going to try and filter it around yourself?
To be honest, unfortunately, Miss Mooney has kind of stole my thunder a bit because the origins of Warwolves and myself are basically the same as hers. At the time when me and two friends came up with the idea of Warwolves, and just created a community from the very beginning. It's very small, very intimate. It was people we knew to bring people together. And like it says, so people could join clans, squaddle, find like-minded people with similar interests. I didn't actually stream at that time because the whole, nerves, social anxiety, panic attacks. I did dabble in Mixer. Yeah, remember Mixer?
Yeah, I did Mixer.
Remember that bombshell?
Yeah. I did like Mixer for a lot of reasons. I didn't even consider looking into Twitch because I was happy dabbling on Mixer in a very basic way. I mean, that went away. I didn't stream for years. And then friends and other members were like, why don't you try it? You like to talk. You're a bit of a showman. You don't seem to have a filter. Maybe you can do content creation. And I dipped my toe in more, moved over to Twitch, and the rest, as I say, is history.
Oh. So, but it's quite interesting that both of you have gone down pretty much the same path. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Very scary. Yeah.
So, before I talk about myself again, we have Brian Dredd. Even though I know this, his community is called the Dreadnoughts, which is very interesting.
So awesome. That's an amazing name.
Lady Doll goes, my community names the first one Ladies Kingdom. Then we changed everything and I named it Chaos Castle. So, because obviously Chaos Castle is tied with Chaos Community Awards. That is what it's called. Yeah. The OG community was made before I streamed. Like it was a little home base for everyone. Basically, am I the one who has done this wrong then? Because I streamed first and then I made my community. Is it because I didn't have no friends? So I was like, oh, there's no point in starting about for other people. I'll just do it for myself.
Oh,
I don't think it matters which path you take, but I don't know. I wouldn't have been able to do it with my confidence if I didn't have the support behind me.
Yes, it's not like you need that nudge sometimes from people to say, look, try. I still get nudges now.
I did it to help my confidence.
Well,
yeah,
and it helps. It helps a lot.
There we go. Me and Brian are in the same boat because he did it wrong too. No friend group. Yes. High five. No friends. Yes. Hashtag got Billy no mates, because that is how I started streaming. Because I used to stream through my Xbox, thinking this was when I was really clever, because I used to stream with no camera because I couldn't afford one, so I'd stream from my living room. Right?
Hey, I still do that.
I would have my headset on and I'd be like talking, and I could see in the corner, and it'd say 1, and I'm like, oh my god, I have a loyal viewer. And then now and again it would go up to 2, and I'm like, get in there, I am making bank. Little did I realize that one person was me.
Me.
So that was when I discovered that was awful depressing, and yeah. But then once I started doing it properly, I was like, right, people need to know how to I need to keep in contact with me, kind of thing. So I can't even remember how I came up with Quacklins, and I can't remember. All I remember was when I came up with the Discord, I was like, oh, I'll just call it Quacktown, because then it's like a little town, and if you join my community as an actual community, you have your little house, and you can stay there as long as you want. If you want to move out, that's fine. We'll put your house up for sale, and then it'll go to someone else. Mrs. Quack will probably know. Nope, because Mrs. Quack didn't know I streamed for like 6 months while I was streaming. She still doesn't let me forget that. So, yeah, mine one's very different because I already streamed, and I was like, oh, I'm such a big shot. People need to find me first. And like, oh, they can have this little hub of finding me. But I have, not that, I don't want to say like I've changed it dramatically, but when people started joining mine, I made it more, right, when people come in, there is no pressure of like, oh, you have to follow me and stuff like that. Oh, you have to do this. And basically, because a lot of us are like parents and a lot of us are a lot older, it's more of just my community now feels like a bit of a group chat. Do you know, it's not used every single day, because you can join some communities, and let's face it, between the three of us, we can all think of one. We join it, and it's just your Discord goes off non-stop, and you're like, mute, and then you like, and it's quite intimidating. For my one, not that I'm promoting it, by the way, I'm genuinely not. I'm giving none of you a Discord link because none of you lot are in.
I am.
I know.
I am and all.
I know. I need to kick the both of you. Really need to.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice knowing you, Quack.
Actually, to be fair, right, I always say, when you join Quacktown, I will give you a personal shout out, just so, because obviously saying hello is quite intimidating sometimes. So I'm like, I'm gonna give you a personal shout out, and I'll always make a little joke. Someone joined my Discord yesterday, and I still haven't done it, but I will. I promise I will.
It's on the to-do list.
It is on the to-do list with so many other things. Like, I really need to play Rust, and I really need to reinstall Minecraft. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite interesting because I've got Quackland versus the Biscuit Tin, or what did Lady Doll up the Toasty Tin? So I've essentially renamed the Biscuit Tin now. Can you have a little channel, please, called just the Toasty Tin, and people can just post pictures of their toast.
Guild would depress everyone with that, though. His toast is very sad.
Why? What's wrong with his toast?
It's barely cooked and has half a tub of butter on it.
Right.
It's essentially warm bread.
Right.
Which effectively is exactly what toast is.
That's not toast.
No,
Dude, that's not toast.
I'm waiting for the bad bit.
Yeah, that's the bad bit.
Oh!
If you eat toast like that, come on.
There was one time you never let me forget.
That was one time.
Literally, right?
Your toast is pale, son.
Your toast is anemic. It needs more sunshine.
Right. My toast, right? This is how I do
sunbed.
This is how I do my toast, okay? Get out of the bread bin, or the bread packet thing. I go, hi, toaster. This is bread. The toaster tells the bread a very, very rude joke. The bread then gets a bit, the bread gets a bit warm and a little bit crusty, and that is it. That is.
Oh, so you're with Guild. You like warm bread.
Guild right now might be getting mod in Stream Siege chat in a minute because it is that good. And then there's a cat. Oh look, it looks like Garfield.
Yeah. Oh look.
It is. Well, this is Gizmo.
Oh, okay.
I know.
My one is just
no. That's Garfield. This is Gizmo.
Oh look.
I don't know where mine's gone.
Oh yeah.
Warm
this
bread
one's
isn't
come to
toast.
see what all the fuss is about.
Mrs. Slippers, it is toast. It is very nice toast, and then all you do is just lather it with butter. Basically, just get the butter and then just turn it upside down, and whatever doesn't fall out of the
Stop
tub.
upstaging me.
Whatever doesn't fall out of the tub that's enough. That is the right thing of toast. Burnt toast is just wrong. It's just wrong.
Burnt toast is good if you've got a bad stomach.
Yes, or you hung over to FC UK.
Mm-hmm.
Both got issues.
Because the burnt on it,
I've got so many issues. Actually, Quack, one thing I always wanted to ask.
Oh, God.
If I may. Obviously,
go on, then.
Obviously, we all have our origin stories. Yeah. Spider-Man, Batman, Atomic Moonchild. But in regards to like why we call ourselves what we call ourselves, but I've always been intrigued where Quack I'm a Panda actually comes from, because it's just the most random combination of words ever.
Oh, God.
Were you high when you thought of it?
No. I can tell you the exact origin of Quack my Panda. We
want your origin story.
My origin story is basically if something's really popular, I really go against it, and I hate it. So when I was when I was 15,
a little boy.
When I was 15, 16, obviously as a metalhead, I bothered with the metalheads, and one things that infuriated me the most, because if you don't know me, I can be a very angry person on time. Imagine that. The one thing that infuriated me most with my friend group is when people used to just say random words and think it was hilarious. Because guess what? It's not. And when they used to come up to me and be like, Rusty Spoon, and then run off like children, I'm like, just grow up. It's not funny. Anyway.
I'm glad you don't hang out with me, Jesus.
Right? I know. Can you imagine what if he was sat around the
no, I always rat out random shit.
But like, if it has, like, literally, if you go up to a random person and just say dice and think it's the funniest thing in the world. Oh, I just dropped the dice. It's the funniest thing in the world. Like, and running away as well. I'm like, no, it's not funny. Anyway, this does all.
Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
Some trauma here, isn't there? This is deep-seated trauma.
There is some trauma in this.
Yes.
So, the one thing that used to infuriate me is when people used to come up and go, rah, I'm a dinosaur. And I used to find it infuriating, because I'm like, it doesn't make sense. It's stupid. And I'm like, just no, I don't know. So people used to come up to me and go, rah, I'm a dinosaur, and start running off. And I would just say stupid things like, meow, I'm an anchovy.
An anteater.
Yeah. Or like, I would go, nay, I'm Pegasus. And then one day, I just went, Quack, I'm a panda. And I don't know why, I thought that was funny. Granted, no one knew it was funny, because I didn't go, Quack, I'm a panda. God, do you know what? Just thinking about it now infuriates me, right? Anyway, it so infuriates me, because I'm like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, shouldn't have brought it up, should I?
Anyway.
Sorry about that,
No. So, then, when I got my Xbox, I needed to come up with a username. Now, on PlayStation, my name, I wanted it to be Killswitch, which is my favourite band. But I missed the S and pressed A, so that turned into Killerwitch. And I was like, that's not a very good name, is it? Because that looks a bit intimidating. So, you know...
Well, it sounds like you're from Salem.
Well, exactly. Do you know what I mean? So then I just went, well, what else do I say? I don't know. I can't have, like, I didn't have any redeeming features. So I was like, Quack, I'm a panda. Wow. Go on, we'll chuck that in. Oh, look, that's available. And then my Xbox name was born.
I wonder why.
So, yeah. So my Xbox name was born. So then when I came to streaming, I used to stream off my Xbox. So I was like, well, I'm not going to do Killerwitch, because that, as a business, you know, if I'm going to make it big, do you know what I mean? Or if I'm going to host a panel show, I don't want Killerwitch. So I went, Quack my Panda's harmless. It's funny. Let's just go for that. And literally, that is it. People angered me to my Twitch name.
It
You know
has
what?
a good
Deserves
flow
round of
to it,
applause.
though. You don't want to
In
know
fact,
my
it's a very, very
PlayStation name,
good
though.
story.
PlayStation chose my name and I edited it slightly. It's Chicken Moist 69.
Dude.
Well, that went down a route I didn't think that was going to go down.
I'm very proud of it. I don't ever go on PlayStation, but I'm just proud of it.
Right, you be
So
proud.
proud. So proud.
Where did Games
Should
Guru
change my Twitch to Chicken Moist.
Where did Games Guru come from?
Chicken.
This is not part of communities, but where did Games Guru come from? Are you a guru of the games? Do you know every single game?
I wish. I try to be in the loop, but I'm a gaming god. I'm a gaming guru. Oh, do you want the long or short version?
We'll go for
How long we got?
We'll go for the short version because mine was I spoke way too long.
Long story short, years ago, I used to work for a company called Electronics Boutique, which was like a precursor to game. It was sales video games. It didn't last long as a company, but I was a proud member of it and member of the sales team. They had a dedicated role in store called a games guru, who was in charge of all whenever new games came out, new deals. You were the guy who implemented it all, and obviously I took that role on because I was probably the most gamer of the people working in the game shop. That showed the level of commitment from the other members of staff, let me tell you. But after that all finished, I moved on. When I first started playing on Xbox, on 360, when I got my 360 and wanted to play Halo 3, I needed a gamer tag. And it was kind of like my only cool title I had at that point. It was the only thing somebody called me cool. That was the only cool name to my name, shall we say. So I thought, try Games Guru. I'm thinking, well, I want to be known as for original or the first Games Guru. So I thought, slip a number on the end. So I put a 1 on the end. Not knowing that in future people would often misread my name and think I've actually called Games Girl. And I'm trying to be edgier. So a number of times I get DMs on like thirsty teenage boys going, "Hey, Games Girl, awesome bit of gaming on Halo. Add me as a friend." I'm like, dude, I'm a dude. I'm like, holy shit, yeah. I mean, suddenly I get blocked. So quite randomly, I don't know. There might be a link to it, but yeah, it was like a title I had in work, which kind of I liked and stuck in my head. And then he adapted it for when I became a gamer on modern consoles, and eventually carried it over into my streaming life because the way my brain works, I like to be organised with the OCD and universal. So that's why I try to go with Games Guru on most platforms. And plus, it's easier for people to remember, I guess.
Yes. And probably like you as well, Quackma Panda
Yes.
is pretty much on every social media going. Nobody's claiming
Yes.
Quackma Panda. And if you do, you won't get
Yeah.
there because if any big company like any new streaming thing comes out, I always claim a name. Right, okay.
It's
Well,
like-
we're doing this now. Atomic Moonchild. Where did the atomic and the moon and the child come from?
It's a long-ish story, but I'll keep it short. Originally, it was Xbox. I was Sambo J28. Sambo apparently has some like kind of a racial undertone to it, so I thought I'm best changing this. So it was gaming with Moonchild, but that was a mouthful for streamers whenever I were in their chat. So I was like, what do I love? Fallout, Atomic, and then I kept the Moonchild.
So okay.
It's not gaming with Moonchild.
Bit more of a
was a
catchy name.
mouthful, but Atomic Moonchild isn't a mouthful. It's like the same amount of letters.
It's because people would be like gaming with Moonchild. Like it take them so long. Whereas when I come in now, people go, "Oh, hiya Atomic," or "Hiya Moonchild." It's a lot easier.
I'm just gonna call you Sarah now because that is not her real name.
Yeah, service sticks. Yeah, hashtag service sticks.
Sarah now.
Yeah.
Sarah Toaster.
Yeah, Sarah Toasty. That's quite cool actually. Anyway, so right, let's go on to the next thing that I have written down. So, Games Guru, you've got your werewolves.
Yes.
You are the alpha, as you say. How do you manage this community of yours? Like, how do you keep people engaged? How do you get people in? Like,
What's the secret?
Yeah, well, like what's the secret sauce to the to the werewolves? Me and Atomic are just going to take
If
notes.
anybody, oh, are you kidding? In my experience, there's no secrets. There's no special way. Every community can be different. Every person's different, and every person in a community can act differently in a different community.
Mm.
It's the idea is obviously from a werewolves from the base point is to be open, inclusive, and a safe space for anybody who wants to stop by. There's no pressure or need to be overly chatter to share anything. We just want people to be kind, courteous, respect others, and be nice and be awesome to one another, like Bill and Ted often said. But it is a struggle. You go through phases with some communities where you go through a dry spell when nobody joins, nobody chats, and you feel like you're talking to yourself. Me and Miss Mooney were talking about this just this afternoon. And sometimes people come in and one new person will be like, "Hey, I'm new. How are you?" And then just kicks off a conversation. If you get just like one person talking, even if it's just like a random like, "Oh, I've just done this," people can connect and bounce off it, and before you know it, your chat's lighting up. So from my personal experience, there's no specific secret sauce to any community, but it's keeping it open, inclusive, and welcoming, and treating everyone how they want to be treated. And as long as they play nice with others and respect others and talk inclusively, then it can obviously lead to greater things. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So with the biscuit tin, then, how do you keep things?
Thank you, Brad.
How do you keep things engaged then?
Like the guru was saying earlier, we were talking about this afternoon, and I said it at first. It was a lot of talking to myself, essentially, with a few people. It's trying to like create events for people to get involved with, just trying to find topics for people to talk about. Obviously, now it's constantly flowing, but to get it off the ground, if you're going to create a community, it starts with you. And you are the head. You are the one who needs to force and drive. You can't expect everyone else to be doing that for you, because you are the power behind it. You're the force. You're the role model, kind of thing. What you've got to do is you've got to keep pushing yourself, and just be kind, open to others. But then you've also got to be like, we're going to do this, or you've got to kind of have a bit of a push behind you and be your own hype person to then push that hype through. And people will just follow suit. Like people like what you're selling, you know what I mean. If people enjoy your company, your community, all that sort of stuff, they're just going to be there and enjoy the company.
It's what you bring to the table. Funnily enough, it's like how you talk to others, interact, and what you put into a community. I'm a firm believer you get out what you put into any situation: streaming, content creating, communities. If you're just going to go into a community and just drop your links every time you go live, don't expect anyone to actually come along, chat to you, or interact or support you. Because it's like
people don't pay attention to those sections of Discord. They really don't, and that's just me being brutally honest there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I know. I've been in communities where literally they just do that, and I don't stay around for long because it's like that's not for me.
I tend to put people on the bot to avoid them having to sell promo, because it is just. I hate it. I hate having to do it. I really do. But obviously, Twitch, it's one of the necessities. Yes. So I always put people on bot in mind, because I just take that stress away. Because if they want to sell promo or do all that, feel free. If you continue to sell promo and you're on the bot, we tend to take you off the bot because you obviously enjoy sell promo. So
if that's all you're doing in a community, then you're not doing it right. You shouldn't be part of that community because you're not actually
getting
helping
involved
or supporting others or being involved in a community. You're literally looking out for yourself, which I find ridiculously selfish. And like Miss Lady Dolls put in chat with boundaries, they need boundaries. And they need, obviously, that's why every community has rules and regulations. And a lot of them are very similar, like respect others, be kind, no racism, sexism, that sort of thing. But some are quite flexible. But at the same time, nobody wants to be in a community where nobody talks, interacts, and just constantly says, "Hey, I'm going live. Click here. Come join me." Because no, for me, that's not what it's about.
Yeah, it's like Kindred said there, like contribution towards community and not just a number. Now there is
Yes.
communities out there who love the numbers. They want all the numbers. They don't care as long as you're just like dropping where you need to drop it or whatever. But to have a decent community of decent people, it's quality over quantity, 100%.
Yes, I'd rather have like a small group of regular chatters and viewers in community and in streams than have hundreds of people just sat there. Not that I don't mind lurkers when I'm live. I mean, I appreciate any sort of support, any way, shape, or form. But again, what's the point in going in community just to sit there and to just drop a link and that's the only interaction?
I think it's sometimes if people do the link drop and just this thing because
Only
I
after
think
one thing.
I think they just want to spread themselves as far as they can, and then because I'm not gonna lie, I will admit I have been a link dropper in the past. I have been. I'll hold my hand up to it. But I quickly realize as well of like if you have a random person in the street trying to sell a paper and they're just like, buy this paper, buy this paper. You're like, okay, weirdo. But if you know, if I see Games Guru standing in the street going, buy a paper, I go, oh God, he needs help. I'll buy a paper off him.
I know him. Yeah, he needs all help he can get. Yes,
I'll buy a paper just for him to stop shouting.
just
So,
shut
like,
up. Yeah,
yeah. So like, for random people, you don't know this person. You might click the link once or twice to be like, do you know what? They post in here all the time. Let's just have a look at what they're about. And then you're like, oh, I don't like their content because that's all they want is themselves. That's all they talk about. And that's all they want is themselves. So, weirdly, me and Mrs. Quack were talking about how there's a lot of content creators who are out for themselves. But then there's those extra ones. And we were talking about follows. And how those ones literally you can see right through it like a pane of glass. you're like that's what you want to do. But the weird thing is some of them do incredibly well and I don't understand how, but they do.
It's because they have a conveyor belt. It's like pyramid schemes. I literally call them pyramid scheme communities. Basically, only the people at the top benefit, and they have a conveyor belt of members that come in and out constantly. So it never looks like it ever changes or ever gets smaller or any decent. It's because people coming in thinking they're going to get what they get. They don't get what they get, but that community's already had a few months of their interaction. So then, as more people,
obviously just 100 more idiots afterwards ready to sign up and do the same after that first 100 idiots leave.
Yeah.
And they're the communities you find that only 5 people are really talking, and just you're seeing like 20, 30 members coming in a day, but you're only seeing 5 people who are genuinely active, and then you get people who are link dropping or just bob into your stream because like that's part of that community. And it's I'm not for pyramid scheme type communities. Like, no, we're all on the same level,
right?
And that's
Which
what
is
I
good. That's why we all as friends. That's why we all vibe off each other, because we've got similar mindsets when approaching streaming, content creating, and even communities. And like Lady all put in chat, quite profound actually. Something I do actually agree with quite deeply. Nobody owes anybody their time.
No, God, no. That's why
I
always
respect.
I always say, oh, sorry.
No, just saying respect. Like, what's the best way to put this? Respect, like support, needs to be earned. You can't just expect people to respect you in like a job or any sort of role unless you've earned that. If you treat people like numbers, you treat people like just another cog in the machine, like a lot of jobs can. That person,
giving people grief for not being active and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's no need. There's absolutely no need. There's no pressure. We have lives.
Yeah, is that we're all lives. I'm a family man. I've got a full-time job. I've got a family. I've got kids. I've got 2 cats and a mortgage. I haven't got time to be everywhere at once. I do bounce around the internet like a virtual pinball sometimes. I'm all over the place. And that's just my brain at work. but I can't do it constantly 24/7. Everything has a priority. My life, my family, and everything has my priority. I'm never going to make me fame and fortune doing this, but I didn't start out doing it that way. I started out to help bring people together, meet new awesome people, and generally help support and build something with them. That's why I still do it to this day.
Right. I have to say this now. Because even though Ross has said it is very well said, he goes, many people who I know come to me advice on Discords, and the first thing I say is the moment you have a self-advertised channel, you lose general interest for real conversation. And I'm like,
this is why I stick them on the bot.
What do you mean?
I say you're stuck on the bot, so that
what does that mean?
on my announcement, on the streamer announcement bot, like, so basically they get stuck on the so their stream is just announced anyway.
Oh,
So
right,
then
okay.
they're not just utilising the self-promo channel.
Right.
So if they're just going live in there, if I notice they don't really talk, like sometimes I probably won't ever go around the stream. If they're just in there and going on the bot and not really talking, then I'm like, unless I like the content, then obviously I will be around all the time. But that's a different kettle of fish.
Or you're like a moderator for them as well.
If I don't know them, like I'm less likely to. Just because you're in my Discord and you're on the bot or you're self-promoing, it don't mean I'm gonna.
He also goes, look at those who post in self-promo channels and watch them not contribute to the community. They'll have a category titled "Paste link here." Do you know what?
Jeez.
That is banging. That's such a clever idea. Paste link here. Oh, that's so funny.
I mean, if that works for people, more power to them. But in good conscience, I get told off for not promoting my content enough. Because I always feel cheeky that I'm doing it, that I'm asking people to tune in or check out a post. So it's just from my point of view, I'm ridiculously humble. I've been called that before. It's ridiculously humble. You need to be more self-conscious. You need to think more about yourself. But I'm the kind of guy who thinks about everybody else and everything else first, and then myself.
Yeah.
And I know it's character flaw, but that's just me.
Yeah. So we're talking about the communities, for example, and what I want to ask. I'll ask you, Guru, first. With your community, do you have? I'll just ask the question: do you have any expectations out of your community, or is it kind of just, I don't know, free reign, or like, is there anything in there you're like, oh, I expect them to do this? It's a very hard question, but I'm just asking bluntly.
It's a very broad
question.
Yes, it's a very loaded / open question. I think. From Warwolf's standpoint, no. You can be as interactive or no interactive as you want to be. The only rule I have, apart from the general enforcement rules, obviously respect people and usual, is that if you want to like self-promote, you have to level up to level 5. I do have an XP system in place, and that only came about because originally when more people started joining, we had the problem a lot of communities have, which we've talked about, which is where people were just coming in, dropping the links all the time, and that was it. You deleted a link and we'll put them in another channel, you delete that. So when you join the Warwolves as part of the disclaimers, where you like click here to agree to the T's and C's and for rules, you can't have a streamer role. You need a role to access the streamer channel and to post your links when you're live. All we ask is you get to level 5. And it's not hard to get to level 5 if you chat on a semi-regular basis. But if that's the main reason you've come in to get to the streamer role, and that's it, then that stops people immediately coming in, dropping links, and that's all they can do. And if that's why you're there and you get frustrated that you can't, then you feel free to leave. Again, there's no obligation to stay. Obviously, if people get to level 5 and then suddenly go quiet and then just drop links, we will notice that. And obviously, there's an XP decay. It's very slight. We have reduced it down since we first trialed it because it was quite harsh at first. But if you literally go quiet and post once a week when you go live, you will go under level 5 eventually and lose the role again. And we see people just talking to maintain that level 5 and that's it, and not interact or do anything. Then we will obviously talk to that person and say, look, is this the only reason you're with us? in the nicest possible way. And obviously, if you go, yeah, I just want to promote myself and say, well, that's not really what we're about. I would never. The only time I would ever remove someone from for War Wolves is for breach of conduct, disregarding the rules, upsetting people. I have done it a couple of times. I don't like doing it. I try to make sure everybody gets along. I like to get everybody to get along. But one thing being a community leader is you have to be a leader, which isn't always easy. But you have to enforce the rules. You have to protect the people in your community because you're the leader and they're your people. They rely on you. And I've got a fantastic beta mod squad, and Mooney's recently joined it. She did me for great honour of. Thank you.
Welcome.
It's great having kids, really.
Oh my god, he's getting Deliveroo and everything. What?
Brew delivery.
Hold on, give me a minute.
Hi.
I ran out.
Is that Mini Guru?
Oh,
God, I ran out of drink
Yeah.
like an hour
thank you,
ago.
son. I know. It's one of the main reasons I have kids.
Oh, you wait till
You
little
get
Quack
to an
is
age
older.
and it's like, I know exactly. You can get to bring your
Brew
biscuits
slave.
and everything. Yeah, it's free slavery. Right. Bring him in a go. But yeah, that's basically the answer to your question. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I was gonna say because what I do in mine, I don't have like a level system, mainly because I don't know how to do it. So I've done things the way I know how to do things, and what I do when you join my Discord, you are only met with the welcome page. So you know, and I was like, oh hi, and all stuff like that, and you could talk all you want in there, but you don't have access to any other channel. But then what you have to do is me or one of the mods, or as I call them, the pretend mods. No, pretend bosses, because they think they're the bosses and they're not. One of us have to approve that person to come in and give you the role. And once you have the Quackling role, yay, welcome in. But I always say, like, I can take that role just as fast as I gave it. So I've had a couple, because like I'm guessing we've all had at least one random person join, and you're like, who the hell is this? And they just end up being either a graphics designer or, like you say, someone joining just to promo themselves. So like with me, they get into the welcome page, and I'm like, I'm into the mod chat. I'm like, who the hell is this? Does anybody approve? Like, does anybody know who this is? And they're like, nope. And if it's because I've got 5 mods, if there's all 5 no's, even if say now, I don't know, Moonchild invited someone in and hasn't told me, I'll be like, no, you're not coming in. Tough. And so like because I have no prior knowledge, and like you say, Guru, is like you have to protect who's in your community, because I've had people come in and poach people from my Discord, which I don't know how you two feel about poaching. I
have people in my Discord that are currently poaching.
That's
the best thing about it. But I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Put it this way,
You're
right?
like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Just for everyone who does, if you don't know what poaching is going into someone else's community, DMing them privately or doing it openly, which I have seen, not in mine, but I have seen, and going, hey, do you fancy joining my Discord? For me, you will get a warning shot of, yo, I've seen this happen. But the thing is, it's not like if someone's got to tell me about it, and I will need to see evidence as well. Because I'm not just a ruthless dictator. Go, oh yeah, I believe you more than this person. I will need to see evidence. And I go, yo, I've seen you've been trying to poach. I don't appreciate it. It's in my rules. Do not poach. If you do this again, or if I find out you're doing this again, you will not get in a second warning. You are gone. And you will be gone for good. And they were like, oh, I thought that was okay. No, it's not okay. It might be okay in your head. It's not okay in mine. And unfortunately, this is my Discord, so, nah. And they did it again. And I was like, you're not even getting, man, I've told you. Like, no. Bye-bye. And I think did they try and join again? I can't remember. But, like, every time, because I see that person semi-regularly, I'm like, it just leaves that bitter taste in your mouth. You're like, yeah. No, I worked hard for my community. Granted, my community is not very large, but, like, I worked for mine. Go get your own. If I've only got 5 people, you work for your 5 as well. But as well, when you're saying about booting people, I've had a couple of people argue, and I've turned once it starts getting nasty. Like I'll DM them both or I'll message them both, and I'll be like, look, chill out now. It's getting a bit early. Chill us out. If it gets too far, one of my rules is, if there's an argument, I don't care who's right, and I don't care who I side with. You're both getting kicked, because
That's a service thing to do.
because number one, I don't want to seem like I'm favouring a particular person, or I don't want someone to think, oh well, Quack will back me up. Quack will back me up. Nope. Even if you are my one mod who's been there pretty much, I don't know, since like day 3 of me streaming, good, you will be gone. Like, nobody is safe. The only person who's safe from getting kicked from the Discord is me. And Mrs. Quack, because she'll kill me.
Kill you, yeah.
But yeah, if you are, because like you're saying, like, be respectful, da da da. One of my main, well, I think my first rule is don't be a dick.
I think it's your first rule, actually. First one stuck in my mind when I joined.
Do you know what? I'm gonna have to check it now. What is introduction? No, rules. Right, so I go, hello, I'm a simple man and I want a simple Discord. Here's my rules. Number 1, don't be a dick. That is literally my rules in my Discord. So
mine are no toxicity, system of a down exception.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So
I've got to check mine now.
So Miss Moonchild,
yes.
Like, I'm gonna go because we've talked about the expectations for the community. I've seen a lot of not particularly you, but I've seen a lot of communities like where, do you know, if you forget a day's streaming, and they're like, oh my god, you didn't stream! How dare you not stream! Oh my god, you need to stream! You didn't tell us! How dare you! How do you... I dropped my pen.
God damn it.
I have a pen.
God damn it.
I picked the dice up, by the way.
He was doing so well as well, wasn't he?
How do you manage your community's expectations? Because obviously, like you say, you stream now. You didn't before. Is there, like... Do you feel like there's an expectation of, like, right, I have to host a community night. We have to have movie nights. Because there's loads of Discords where they have movie nights. I friggin' love to do one, but I just don't have the time. I can't sit at my PC while the baby's crying or something like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm watching Wolverine and Ant-Man 4. I just can't do that. I'm jealous of people who can do that. So, like, how do you manage your community in terms of, like, keeping them happy?
It's a very weird one because I hang out in my Discord pretty much daily most of the day, and we have movie nights pretty much every night.
All right, show off.
we just hang out. It's a hangout zone. There's no expectation in my Discord because you're here to hang out. If you want to be involved, be involved. That's where you'll create your friendships, your memories, your moments. If you don't want to be involved, then it's just a dead Discord to you and you'll end up leaving eventually. And that's how I see it.
Are you still bitter that I haven't joined your Discord yet?
Wow.
No, I just think you're missing out.
You definitely are, actually.
And there's probably a few people in the chat who agree.
Yeah, they're all in there.
Exactly.
And first of all,
and you're not.
First of all, Stream Seed.
Yeah, I think you're like the only person, you and Ross and Stream Seed, who are not in either or both of our Discords. So guys,
how dare you?
Right, okay, so let me just tell you straight off, right? If Ross ever joins the Discord, first of all, GG's for him joining your Discord. I can tell you by the time you've noticed he's joined your Discord, he has muted every single channel. Because right, Ross used to have his own Discord and it was called The Cave, and he even muted his own Discord. That is what he does.
Oh my god, that is bad. That is bad.
He mutes his own Discord.
He just wanted to be a man who lived in a cave. Yes.
To be fair, his walls are beige enough to be in a cave. I mute my own Discord. Why? That if shit goes to the fan, like, you need to know. That's mental. We haven't met our Welsh quota yet. But yeah, so one thing Bri did say at one point is, I gotta scroll up a little bit because I want to find it. It was a good little point because I very much agree. He goes, oh, there we go. I just don't have time to self-promo on other servers. Just trying to talk in a server is hard enough for me at the moment. So we're on about like running a community. I mentioned earlier about going into others' communities and their chat's just and you're like mute. Going into another community. How do you two, and you're both going to get the same question, so the first to answer gets it. How do you go from joining the Discord to actually feeling like a member of the community? Because I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with it. I struggle to keep up with as many Discords as I'm in.
Yeah, if I know the person of the who owns the Discord or the people in the Discord, it's a lot easier. If I only know like one person or two people, it can be a bit hard. But it is different in terms of like how they have their interactions and stuff to get involved. Like I'll say good morning and stuff in some Discords and that, but sometimes I'm just not a big chatter. But I'm like that with streams. Like I lurk a lot, and I will lurk a lot in streams until I'm fully comfortable to speak, or when I actually have the time to speak. And I won't just pop in and go, "Oh, but I'm lurking." By the way, I don't like doing that myself. I don't mind other people doing that, but I don't do that myself. Like if I'm lurking, I'm lurking. That's that.
Well, to be fair, I'm the same because I watch both of your streams, and what I'll do is I'll put you on because obviously I have two monitors. I'll put you on one monitor, and I'll be playing something else. I'm listening to you.
That's what I do. Yeah,
and
that's what I do.
I'm listening to, and I've done it literally with both of you fairly recently. I'm listening to you, and I'm looking over, but like I'm playing Rust. Like you haven't got my full attention. So, Guru, how do you do the same? Because you're very open about like being anxious and confident and stuff like that. I don't know why. Because you're a very handsome man. Your Garfield is beautiful. Your hat is, oh my god, to die for. Oh my god, darling. Right, I'm going a bit too far.
Capital, of course.
So how do you manage to get around that hurdle of joining a Discord, seeing all these, not necessarily loads of people chatting, but seeing people chat and having connection? You're thinking, I don't really know any of you apart from the main person who runs this account.
It does help, like Miss Mooney said, about knowing people and knowing a person going in. I've never joined a Discord blind, as in just saw somebody go live and go, they look interesting. Oh, we have a Discord, click. I would do, for lack of a better term, I would do research, I do homework about, and if it's a person I know, I mean, I know a lot of people, especially through this crazy content creation life we all lead, and I'm not in everybody's Discord. I wish again I had the time and energy because I don't want to be one of these people just in a Discord and every now and then goes hi. But when you join a new Discord, it can be overwhelming. It can be quite anxious as you try to look for people to vibe off and talk to. And fortunately, part of my anxiety is I go completely full stan, as I call it. If you ever played Secret Monkey Island, you know where I come from. Because it's a bit like when I enter a room at a social gathering and I don't know anyone. I'll find someone who looks friendly and go, "Hi, I'm Del. How are you? Yes, let's be friends. Let's go home to a bar and buy a drink, and you can tell me all about your life." And I will literally be like that. And I do the virtual version when I join a Discord. If I see someone I know, I immediately make headway and go, "Hi, Lady Doll. I'm here. I'm Del. How are you doing, buddy?" And then as more people interact with us, I go, "Hi, how are you doing?" It's like when a new person comes into my stream, I'll always give them what I call a shiny shout out. 50% of the time, then people go, "Oh, thanks for the shout out," but I don't actually stream, which is fine. But I just want knowledge of her and I appreciate that there.
Yes.
And then they might ask something or say something, and I'll obviously answer them. And then that can lead to them potentially coming into a Discord. And I'll be like, "Hey, oh, you came into a stream. How are you? Yeah, welcome in." And I try to be a gracious host at that point. But as Miss Mooney, as an example, I still remember the first time we met because certain people with certain personalities, such as yourselves, stick in your mind and you don't forget. We was at a Twitch meetup. Do you remember, Mooney? Do you remember?
Yeah, I honestly, God, it's people like you that really help because I'm the sort of person who sits in a corner twiddling my thumbs, like letting my anxiety grow. And so people like you help me bounce. So then I like come out my shell a bit more and can speak a bit better. But yeah, I remember. Yeah,
it was so awkward at first. We were just stood around a bunch of people who didn't know each other, and there was obviously that Twitch wall where you could take photos. And I just looked over you, and my first thought was like, "Wow, look at her. She has on in a good way." Sorry, I'm digging myself in deeper here. Take the show off of me, please. But you did stand out in terms of obviously your personality and your dress sense, and that you stood out from the crowd. And you were my kind of people because your outfit and the way you were just screamed, I've got a personality, I'm a fun individual. Maybe I like to talk. And I didn't know that many people there apart from obviously like Duchess and Luce and everyone I came with. I was determined to talk to new people. And you were stood there with Moonbeard and a couple of the others. And I thought, what's the worst can do? She can ignore me, they can ignore me, your group could ignore me. But I just went over and part of my brain just switches off and my mouth just takes over and I go, "Hi, hey, you having a good time? Yeah. What do you think of this place? First time I've been here." Unfortunately, you were of a similar mindset, and here we are.
It definitely helped. It really, really helped.
Do you know what? That is a very good way to, I think, to wrap things up. Here we are. Here we are. We're all here
And
together.
now the end is here.
Yep.
Time to face the final curtain.
Okay, Mr. Guru, I have one final question for you. So, Mrs. Slippers, also known as Mr. Slippers, but Mrs. Slippers, doesn't stream in the slightest.
Okay.
But sorry, my brain went there because I'm trying to read. By the way, everyone, I have been reading your comments. I haven't been saying everything, but I have been. Something to do with what was going on earlier. Something to do with like butter or something. Oh, something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, so Mr. Slippers doesn't create any content, so I like to pick on him. So because he's a good example. So Mr. Slippers comes up to you and he goes, "Games Guru, I've started streaming. I stream I can never No Man's Sky, that's the game. I stream No Man's Sky, but I've got a bit of community and I don't know what to do in terms of like how to manage them or stuff like that. What's your best your opinion, sorry. What's the best advice you could give Mr. Slippers on just communities in general of like how to manage it and what to do? He just doesn't know. So what would you say to him?
He's coming in completely fresh and just considering starting out, which we've all been there. Let's be honest, we've all started somewhere. So, single most important piece of advice I would give to any person, including Mr. Slipper, will be yourself. Don't try to play a part. Don't try to be a person you're not, because eventually you won't be able to keep that facade, that face, that mask up forever, and it will slip. And if people are expecting a certain you, and suddenly you start showing your real self, that will, from my perspective, be like, well, you've been fake all this time. I'd rather somebody be honest with me. And what I said to people on cam and stream, says, "This is me, warts and all. This is what you're getting. I am no different in real life to when I'm creating content, and you should always be yourself because that's what will attract people." If you can't be yourself on stream, why are you doing it? Some people have a persona and some people are exaggerated, and I get that, but fundamentally you have to be yourself, and you have to do this first and foremost for yourself. Everything else will come, but if you don't want to do what you're doing and you're chasing a trend, you feel, "Oh, I have to stream Call of Duty because everybody watches people streaming Call of Duty," then it's not. It shouldn't be for where you're doing it. It should not be for driving force or why you want to get into content created.
Do you know what the one thing that it keeps coming up is just be yourself. Like I've asked that question of like, oh, give me your opinion on whatever topic it is, and it always seems to circle just background of just be yourself. Don't be false, because literally we all see through it, and you could all think that we do. We all see through it. It's so easy.
And you can't maintain it forever. It's something which is unsustainable.
Exactly.
Especially if you do it for like months, years. If it's something you stick with, eventually that mask will fall.
It will. Anyway, I don't know about you, Miss Moonchild. I think we should we should call that a day.
Yes, I just have to say, if people don't know already, there is a Cardiff meetup at the end of March,
Shut up, is it really?
Ooh.
and Stream Seed
No
are
way.
involved. So if you haven't got tickets yet and you can get there, get the tickets, do it.
Well, the thing is, right? I'm gonna be there. Games Guru, you're not going.
So am I.
Hang on, shut up. Games Guru, you're not going here.
When is it, March? Never
It's
say
30th.
never.
March 30th, which is Mother's Day.
It's not easy to get to. Don't get me wrong, but with enough warning time and planning, I can be anywhere.
There we
So-
go. March 30th. You've been officially warned.
Okay. Yeah, warned. I might attend. Yeah, so
There
you
we-
might want to reconsider going.
So there we go. If you are gonna go, or you were thinking about it, Games Guru might go. So just go for the chance that I might be there. I'm gonna be there. And do you know what? Are you gonna go?
I am, yeah.
Ah, I'm not going.
Yeah, do it. Oh wow.
Actually, hang on. Is Moonbeard going as well?
He is, yeah.
Okay, I'm back in.
In that
Back
case, you
in
go
there.
over here. That was the deciding factor. If they do come as a set, let's be honest.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
true.
can't have one without the other.
And to be,
I'm also bringing three amazing content creators with me in the carpool from North.
Ooh.
right. The
Ah.
Can you,
Moonbeard's coming, though, yeah?
If you can get the lift, I'll come.
Moonbeard's
You can
coming,
maybe
yeah. He's got
Strap me to
passenger.
your roof rack.
is Moonbeard
That's up to the roof.
is Moonbeard the DJ? Is he?
Nah, I'd be a terrible DJ.
Wow.
Jesus, what a
I let my Spotify playlist play,
Oh.
and he just presses next when I ask him to say next. When I ask him to say
Oh,
next.
You've got him well
that,
trained.
he's that passenger, right? Okay, sorry.
He is
Moonbeard.
that passenger.
Sorry, Moonbeard. I'll try and release you in Cardiff. That sounds wrong. I'm so sorry. Right.
Feel free.
I'm not on.
I'll bugger off somewhere else in back
it's
with
a-
Mrs. Quack.
It's going to be a long car ride. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway.
Wow.
Right. Wow. I'm so sorry. Which I love the way. Right. I'm just looking at the chat right now, and that is the highest the chat has been all day. And like now, that is when I decide to say that. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. We're gonna finish things up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, apart from the kids should be in bed. Atomic Moonchild, first of all, congratulations on being a Stream Seed caster, officially, one of two. But I will say, didn't you tell me this is going to be your last one for the year?
It is, yeah. I'll be back in 2025.
So
I'll be back.
Hang on, I'll do
I
it.
bloody hope it is, because I've got so much planned.
Surprise!
I'll say it now. I'll see you next year then, is it?
Yeah, see you next year. We'll probably talk in the meantime, but yeah, see you next year.
Probably, anyway, yeah. But yes, thank you for
Yeah.
thank you for joining today. It's been a pleasure having you on, and the years and the scrunchie. Are they horns now? We had this discussion.
Yeah, they're horns. This is a ball, right?
Yeah, no, I know, but okay, don't worry. Right, Mr. Games Guru.
I thought they would grow green.
You are?
Ah.
Okay. Mr. Games Guru.
I thought they would grow ears.
Yeah, I thought that as well. No, but she started shouting at me in their horns.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So, yes, Mr. Games Guru, thank you so much for joining us on Creators of the Donut Table today.
Thank you very much for having me. This has actually been really fun. I won't lie to chat. Was a bit anxious and nervous because everything I do is I'm anxious and nervous. But you guys, especially, I've just made it so relaxed and easy. And shout out especially to Moona because she's been my comfort blanket, for lack of a better term, of this entire experience. You've been all right as well, Quack. Don't worry.
I'm sat here. I'm in the middle.
I know. I love you, man. I know that, but yeah, I think this whole experience has been a lot easier because of the awesome people in chat, and obviously you've got Miss Mooney as your co-host because you guys are so easy to talk to and relatable, and I love you guys. Much love.
Well, hopefully we'll have you back on in 2025 because the diary for 2025 is open. I am not going to lie. I won't say how many people I've booked, but a lot of the dates have been filled so far. And I'm going to pat myself on the back for doing a bloody good job. But, Moonchild, will you please look down the barrel of your camera? This is your time to shine. What have you got going on?
I'm Atomic Moonchild. I have not much on apart from Manchester Meetup to Powered by Twitch this week. But next week I'll be back streaming and it's just regular. We're going to be doing some key mailer games.
And you're not going to fall in reverse. Mr. Games Guru, sir, please look down the barrel of that camera as close as you can and tell us, what have you got going on? What are you doing? Why are you still here?
Wow. This week particularly busy. Apart from obviously being part of this lovely endeavour, on Thursday I've got a special project I can't really talk about yet. It is a bit of a surprise, but I will reveal in due course. Friday I'm also going to be attending the same event as Miss Mooney here, and hopefully see all these awesome people in the flesh, and we can all have big hugs and get drunk together at the bar. Next week, I've got a couple of streams planned as well. And obviously, just watch out for further content and updates. It's nothing spectacular, but I've got some special things coming at the end of the year, and I will reveal more when I actually get them sorted properly.
Excited to see.
You're a man of many mysteries.
Yes,
I'm
like Austin Powers.
I'm Quack my Panda. I'm not going to the Manchester meet. I was going to, but it's a bit of a trek. But I will be going to the Cardiff one in May. No, March 30th. Make sure if you can see this pen.
Make sure you know when it is.
Yeah, I'm going to go in May when no one's there.
Go in May. Where is everyone?
If you can see this pen and you can see Moonchild's Twitch Cup, you need to come to Cardiff, right? I'm going to be there. The Stream Sea lot's going to be there. What more do you want?
Swag bag.
Yeah. Oh, I should have got my mug else as well. We could have all been repping together.
Rep. Anyway, right. Games Guru. This is the part of the end of the stream because we don't raid out because Ross doesn't like to raid out.
Okay.
This is the part of the stream now where we wave at the camera and we say bye. Someone at StreamSeed HQ takes a screenshot of it and then posts it on Twitter later. So everyone, we will be back in 2 weeks' time for yet another Creators of the Doughnut Table. Until then, everyone, thank you very much for being here. I'm now going to hover over the stop stream button and everyone start waving and look very happy. Like you've enjoyed the stream. Bye, everyone.